Hey folks, it's Putt Putt. Today let's talk about the Spot Gen 3 and the Garmin Inreach Mini. If you're looking for something for emergency purposes or a way for friends and family to track you on your adventures, or maybe just for you and your family to have a little peace of mind, chances are you will be looking into getting one of these devices. So let's talk about the differences and which one I prefer and why. Now the Spot Gen 3 is super easy to use, and it takes AAA lithium batteries that go on the back of this. You just open up the back and throw those bad boys in there. Let's go over the different buttons on here. This button right here allows you to send a customized message that you set up ahead of time at home. It's a customized message that you create in your Spot account before you leave on your trip. Since this is something that you cannot do on the fly out in the field, I feel like, the idea of it being a customized message isn't really that customized. This little middle shoe button here allows you to have certain people track you when you're on your trip. You press that button and folks that you set up ahead of time, contacts, get a message every so often, maybe every 10 minutes or so. You set up the increments ahead of time and it shows your progress on a map. This button down here is the OK button. It's kind of like the button you hit when you get into camp just to let everyone know you made it and you're doing alright. You set up your contacts ahead of time in your Spot account. Now if you get into a situation where it's life or death or some sort of serious issue, you can open up this flap here. It's the SOS button is hidden under there, that way you don't hit it by accident. And you can hit that SOS button and the Spot company, whatever company they have set up, will get that message. Now this little flap over here is the help button. It's got two hands there, a helping hand. You set this up ahead of time, same deal, it's a flap so you don't hit it by accident. You open up that flap and you can press that button, and whoever you have set up ahead of time to kind of be your helper will get a message that says you need help. However, it's not customizable. As in, like, out in the field you can't send special messages telling them like what kind of help you need or anything like that. So it's kind of like, I need help, but I can't tell you what I need help with. So anyways, it just sends somebody in your contacts a message saying you need help, so then maybe they can come get you. So all in all, it's super easy to use. There's just a series of buttons. There's no weird menus to go through or anything like that. Pretty much the only buttons I've ever used is the OK button, just to give my friends and family some peace of mind when I'm out on a trip, but it is nice to know that the SOS button is there if you need it. So the Spot Gen 3 is pretty easy to use, however it is lacking in on-the-fly customization. You can't send special messages on the fly, make up messages on the fly. It's all predetermined at home ahead of time, so that's kind of a bummer. It's also really hard to tell when a message has actually gone through. Sometimes you'll think the message went through, but then you get home and the folks who you have on your contact tell you that they never got any messages from you. So yeah, but usually the messages do go through. I'd say at least 75% of the time. So if you're looking for an emergency device, this one can still be good for you. So now let's take a look at the Garmin Inreach Mini. The Inreach Mini has an internal rechargeable battery. So you open up this flap and you plug in your cable here. So just make sure that you always have your Inreach Mini charged up before you go on a trip, or you're bringing one of those external power banks with you. Just like the Spot unit, the Inreach Mini has a SOS button, which has a flap over it so you don't hit it by accident. You just open up this flap and the button is right there. So if you ever need help, if it's truly an emergency, you can hit that button and emergency services will be notified. One of the big differences between the Inreach Mini and the Spot unit is if you do hit that SOS button, you can actually directly communicate with emergency services, whereas with the Spot unit, you just hit that button and you're kind of you know, just hoping that they eventually show up. Like the Spot device, the InReach Mini also allows you to send preset messages. So you would set that up ahead of time on your computer at home in your InReach account. Just make sure you have the message set up ahead of time and also the contacts who you want to send that message to. You would set that up ahead of time as well online in your account. There's also tracking, just like the option in the Spot device. You can also send a new message that you create, although I hardly ever use this. I usually either use the preset or I actually send a customized message, which I will show you in a second. You can mark a waypoint. You can navigate using this depending on what subscription you use, although this device is pretty small, so I don't know, how easy that would be. One of the coolest things about this device is you can connect it to your phone via Bluetooth. You see that little symbol there? That means it's syncing with your cell phone. And by doing this, you can send text messages to your friends from your contact list on your cell phone, even if you do not have cell phone service. It'll use the InReach satellite services to send those text messages. All you have to do is open up the app that you've installed from Garmin, and you can type in messages on your cell phone using your normal touchpad, which makes it super easy for sending messages, and you can use any of the contacts that are already in your cell phone. So that is pretty awesome. Say that you have decided that you're going to be back at the trailhead a day early. You can shoot your contact a message, even if you don't have cell service, just by using your Garmin Inreach Mini connected with your cell phone to let them know, hey, we're going to be back to the trailhead tomorrow, can you please come pick us up? And then if you leave your Garmin Inreach Mini on, they can respond back to you and give you an affirmative. So the InReach Mini has some really great features compared to that of the Spot unit. You can send real customized messages from the field, straight from your cell phone. You just need to have the app downloaded ahead of time, and you can sync your InReach device with your cell phone and send custom messages to your loved ones or your family. It's really a really neat feature. And one of the biggest reasons why I upgraded from the Spot device to this Garmin Inreach Mini is because when you send a message and when the message actually gets sent through to the person you're sending it to, it does make a beeping noise, so you know for sure that it was sent. With the Spot device, it doesn't really tell you whether the message was really sent or not, so sometimes it may not have gone through, but you think it went through, which is really annoying. For me, this device, the InReach Mini, is a really great upgrade, way better than the Spot unit in my opinion. If you have any questions on either of these devices, please shoot me a message or leave a comment down below and I'll gladly answer them. I did use that Spot device for about 5 years, so I could probably answer all your questions. This device is sort of new to me. I've had it for about 6 months now, but I really like this device. If I were you and I was looking for a device, I'd probably go with the Garmin Inreach Mini. If you got any value out of this video, please hit the thumbs up. Hit subscribe if you would like to see more videos about backpacking and adventuring in general. I come out with a video every week with tips and tricks or an adventure that I go on. So hit subscribe, hit that notification bell if you don't want to miss any of those. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Messaging is not very customized.